Good evening, YouTube. I'm back with the story of Joseph. This will be part 3. We're going to read chapters 41 and 42. Maybe more, depending on how I feel. To all those who have subscribed to my channel, thank you. If you watch my videos but you haven't subscribed, go on ahead, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And as I like to say, just check my channel periodically to see if I posted a video. Check out kenyattasintuition.com. There have been some updates. I've added some more services and added some more products. It's forever a work in progress. All right, but check it out. Joseph, Genesis chapter 41, Joseph's test with Pharaoh's dreams. And it came to pass at the end of 2 full years that Pharaoh dreamed, and behold, he stood by the river. 2 years passed, y'all. Joseph in this prison, this dungeon, helped some others, and they didn't help him with shit. Some of us feel like that. I've helped others, and they haven't helped me with shit. But here I am in this prison, this dungeon. 2 years pass. Think about how long you've been sitting there like, remember Job? God, do you hear me? How unfairly I've been treated, wrongfully imprisoned, wrongfully accused. 2 years, you will feel like God has forgotten me, and maybe even feel like God has forsaken me. But let's continue on. And behold, there came up out of the river 7 well-favored kin and fat-fleshed. Kin or kind, I don't know. Let me see. What is that? 41 cows, okay? Fat-fleshed, okay? Fine-looking and fat. And they fed in a meadow. And behold, 7 other kind came up after them out of the river, ill-favored and lean-fleshed, and stood by the other kind upon the bank of the brink of the river. And the ill-favored and lean-fleshed kind did eat up the 7 well-favored and fat kind. So Pharaoh awoke. And he slept and dreamed the second time. And behold, 7 ears of corn came up upon one stalk, rank and good. Okay. Plump for rank. Not like when we call somebody rank, right? You know, when we use the slang, that kind of vernacular. Okay. And behold, 7 thin ears and blasted with the east wind sprung up after them. And the 7 thin ears devoured the 7 rank and full ears. And Pharaoh awoke. And behold, it was a dream. And it came to pass in the morning that his spirit was troubled, and he sent and called for all the magicians of Egypt, and all the wise men thereof. And Pharaoh told them his dream, but there was none that could interpret them unto Pharaoh. He called for all the magicians of Egypt, and all the wise men. Tell me, what does this dream mean? And not one could tell him what it meant. Then spake the chief butler unto Pharaoh, saying, I do remember my fault this day. Pharaoh was wroth with his servants, and he put me in a ward in the captain of the guard's house, both me and the chief baker. This is the butler remembering Pharaoh was wroth with his servants. He was pissed at us for whatever reason, and put me in ward in the captain of the guard's house, both me and the chief baker. And we dreamed a dream in one night, I and he. We dreamed each man according to the interpretation of his dream. And there was there with us the young man, a Hebrew, servant to the captain of the guard. And we told him, and he interpreted to us our dreams. To each man according to his dream he did interpret. And it came to pass, as he interpreted to us, so it was me he restored unto mine office, and him he hanged. Now he remembers, 2 years later. Sometimes we just gotta wait. Dungeon, prison, servant, or not. Sometimes we just have to wait. Then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph, and they brought him hastily out of the dungeon, and he shaved himself and changed his raiment and came in unto Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I have dreamed a dream, and there is none that can interpret it. And I have heard say of thee that thou canst understand a dream to interpret it. And Joseph answered Pharaoh, saying, It is not in me. God shall give Pharaoh an answer of peace. It's not in me. God is speaking through me, using me. And he'll give you your answer. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, In my dream, behold, I stood upon the bank of the river. And behold, there came up out of the river 7 kine, fat-fleshed and well-favored, and they fed in a meadow. And behold, 7 other kine came up after them, poor and very ill-favored and lean-fleshed, such as I never saw in all the land of Egypt, for badness. Let me see, what does that mean? Badness. What verse is this? 19. Ugliness. Okay. And the lean and the ill-favored kind did eat up the first 7 fat kine. And when they had eaten them up, it could not be known that they had eaten them, but they were still ill-favored as at the beginning. So I awoke. And I saw in my dream, and behold, 7 ears came up in one stalk, full and good. And behold, 7 ears withered, thin, and blasted with the east wind sprung up after them. And the thin ears devoured the 7 good ears. And I told this unto the magicians, but there was none that could declare it to me. And Joseph said unto Pharaoh, The dream of Pharaoh is one. They're both the same dream. God hath showed Pharaoh what he is about to do. The 7 good kine are 7 years, and the 7 good ears are 7 years. The dream is one. And the 7 thin and ill-favored kine that came up after them are 7 years, and the 7 empty ears blasted with the east wind shall be 7 years of famine. This is the thing which I have spoken unto Pharaoh. What God is about to do, he showeth unto Pharaoh. God will show you what he's going to do, or what's going to happen. But do we believe? Or do we say, it was just a dream? It was just a thought. That don't mean nothing. Even though it stays with us and plagues us. And then that thing happens and we say, I knew it. Nevertheless, behold, there came 7 years of great plenty throughout all of the land of Egypt, and there shall arise after them 7 years of famine, and all of the plenty shall be forgotten in the land of Egypt, and the famine shall consume the land. Okay? They will have 7 great years and 7 years of famine. And during them 7 years of famine, you ain't going to remember them 7 years of plenty. And the plenty shall not be known in the land by reason of that famine following, for it shall be very grievous. Okay? It's going to be hard. And for that the dream was doubled unto Pharaoh twice. It is because the thing is established by God, and God will shortly bring it to pass. It is established by God. It is God's doing. It is at the hands of God. Okay? And it's going to happen soon. So God is warning you. Now therefore let Pharaoh look out a man discreet and wise, and set him over the land of Egypt. Let Pharaoh do this, and let him appoint officers over the land, and take up the 5th part of the land of Egypt in the 7 plenteous years. And let them gather all the food of those good years that come, and lay up corn under the hand of Pharaoh, and let them keep food in the cities. Store up. Get you somebody over this. What's about to happen, and store up, stock, stack. And the food shall be for store to the land against the 7 years of famine, which shall be in the land of Egypt, that the land perish not through the famine. Stock up so y'all have some food, okay? Second part of the chapter is titled Joseph's Exaltation over Egypt. And the thing was good in the eyes of Pharaoh and in the eyes of all his servants. And Pharaoh said unto his servants, Can we find such a one as this is, a man in whom the Spirit of God is? And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, For as much as God hath showed thee all this, there is none so discreet and wise as thou art. Thou shalt be over my house, and according unto thy word shall all my people be ruled. Only in the throne will I be greater than thou. You will be up second to me. For God is with you. And thank you. And this is my gift to you. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, See, I have set thee over all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, See, I have set thee over all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, See, I have set thee over all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh took off his ring from his hand, and put it upon Joseph's hand, and arrayed him in vestures of fine linen, and put a gold chain about his neck. And he made him to ride in the second chariot which he had. And they cried before him, Bow the knee. And he made him ruler over all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I am Pharaoh, and without thee shall no man lift up his hand or foot in all the land of Egypt. Joseph, you are over all the land of Egypt, only second to me for what you have done. For this gift that you have given me, that you have bestowed upon me, we can save the land of Egypt because of you. And he went from being in the dungeon those 2 years, forgotten, wrongfully accused, abused, mistreated, about to be murdered by his own flesh and blood, sold into slavery, and out of the dungeon because he utilized his gift, his talent that had been given him. But it is not through me, Joseph said. It is God that uses me, that speaks through me. Still giving all glory to the Most High, to the Creator, to God. All right. And out of the dungeon, Pharaoh put his ring on Joseph's hand and clothed him in fine linen and put a gold chain about his neck and had all of Egypt bow to him. And Pharaoh called Joseph's name Zaphnath-Paneah. I hope I'm saying it right. Now, what does Zaphnath-Paneah mean? Here in the notes it says probably Egyptian, probably, for God speaks and he lives. And he gave him to wife Asenath, gave him a wife, the daughter of Potiphar, priest of On. I was about to say Potiphar, okay? Like in the New Testament, I had to catch myself. Gave him a wife, daughter of the priest. And Joseph went out over all the land of Egypt, and Joseph was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And Joseph went out from the presence of Pharaoh and went throughout all the land of Egypt. Now let's see, this started when he was 17. Well, he's 30 now. What is that? 13 years. 13 years. And probably a little bit longer than that, okay? But we starting this story from when he was 17, okay? And in 7 plenteous years the earth brought forth by handfuls. And he gathered up all the food of the 7 years which were in the land of Egypt, and laid up the food in the cities. The food of the field, which was round about every city, laid he up in the same. And Joseph gathered corn as the sand of the sea, very much until he left numbering, for it was without number. And unto Joseph were born 2 sons before the years of famine came. Joseph had 2 sons with Asenath, the daughter of Potiphar, priest of On, bare unto him. And Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh, for God said, He hath made me forget all my toil and all my father's house. All that grief he went through with his family. And the name of the second called Ephraim, for God hath caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. Many of you who are experiencing this, wow. You may be in a place that you feel you don't belong, placed there, imprisoned there, so on and so forth. Utilize the gift that God has given you. You do not know who will see it, who will have need of it, and who will bless you as a result of it. And even in the land of your affliction, you can be fruitful. Or it's possible that you will be fruitful. For God hath the firstborn Manasseh, for God said he hath made me forget all my toil and all my father's house, all the bullshit he went through with his family, his brothers, and whoever else who are going to kill him. Okay. Except one spoke up and said, now let's not kill him, but let's just, let's make daddy think he did. In the name of the second called he Ephraim, for God hath caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. There's nothing new under the sun. Human beings are human beings. Humanity is humanity. These are the things that people do. These are the things that people go through. Yet, even in the land of his affliction, he utilized the gift that was given him. Whatever you've been blessed with, whatever talents you have, okay, however you choose, God gave to me, whatever, be of a grateful and thankful heart and mind. Utilize your gifts and talents because you do not know who's watching and who can bless you to be over all the land of your affliction. Ain't that something? And the 7 years of plenteousness that was in the land of Egypt were ended, and the 7 years of dearth began to come, according to Joseph had said, and the dearth was in all the lands. But in all the land of Egypt there was bread, because they prepared. They didn't have to get ready when the famine came. Because this young man utilized his talent and his gift. He could have said, hell no, I ain't going to tell you shit. I'm wrongfully accused. The man I was working for over there, okay, his wife falsely accused me. Okay, y'all got me down here in this dungeon. The chief baker over there didn't help me with my shit. Was it the baker? Okay, one of them got hanged, okay? Fuck you, I ain't going to tell you shit. Okay, well, back to the dungeon you motherfucking got. That's not how he chose to handle it. And when all the land of Egypt was famished, the people cried to Pharaoh for bread. And Pharaoh said unto all the Egyptians, go unto Joseph, and whatever he tells you to do, do. You don't know who's watching. Utilize your gift, your talent, even in the land of your affliction, even with a horrible past, even when people have hurt you, you've been lied on, mistreated, talked about, mistreated. You've been rebuked, scorned, talked about like you shouldn't have been born. You've been up, down, almost level to the ground. Utilize what you have been given. And you never know. You may become second ruler, maybe even first, in the land of your affliction. And totally forget about all the bullshit that you had to go through for years, and the family that tried to destroy you. And the famine was over all the face of the earth, and Joseph opened all the storehouses and sold unto the Egyptians. And the famine waxed sore in the land of Egypt. And all countries came into Egypt to Joseph for to buy corn, because that the famine was so sore in all the lands. All right. How many? Let's read chapter 42. Joseph's brothers visit Egypt. Now when Jacob saw that there was corn in Egypt, Jacob said unto his sons, Why do ye look one upon another? Okay, what's up? Why y'all looking at each other like that? What's really going on? And he said, Behold, I have heard that there is corn in Egypt. Get you down thither, go on down there, and buy us some corn, and buy for us from thence, that we may live and not die. What you looking at each other for? With your mouths hanging open, looking silly and stupid? Go to Egypt and buy some corn, so we ain't here starving. And Joseph's 10 brethren went down to buy corn in Egypt. But Benjamin, Joseph's brother, Jacob sent not with his brethren, for he said, Lest peradventure mischief befall him. Okay. So they ain't let Benjamin go. But Benjamin, Joseph's brother, Jacob sent not with his brethren. Okay. Jacob kept Benjamin with them, for he said, unless something happened. Okay, because something had already happened to one of his sons. Okay, I think Benjamin was the youngest at this point. I'm not quite sure. Okay, and all the sons of Israel came to buy corn from those that came, for the famine was in the land of Canaan. And Joseph was the governor over the land, and it was that sold to all the people of the land. Look at that. Who's selling the food? To all these people from all these lands coming. Who's selling it? Joseph. And Joseph's brethren came and bowed themselves before him with their faces to the earth. And Joseph's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him with their faces to the earth. Wasn't that his dream when he was a 17-year-old kid with his coat of many colors? Okay. And Joseph saw his brethren, and he knew them, but made himself strange unto them, and spake roughly unto them. And he said unto them, Whence come ye? And they said, From the land of Canaan, to buy food. Now he recognized them. They didn't recognize him, but he made him, made himself strange, maybe put on something, costume or something, made himself look different, so they would not recognize him. And he was rough with them. Where you coming from? Okay. And Joseph knew his brethren, but they knew him not. And Joseph remembered the dreams which he dreamed of them, and he said unto them, Ye are spies to see the nakedness of the land, ye are come. Okay, so he kind of playing with him, toying with him a little bit. And they said unto him, Nay, my lord, but to buy food are thy servants come. And we're not spies, we just want some food. We are all one man's son. We are true men. Thy servants are no spies. And he said unto them, Nay, but to see the nakedness of the land ye are come. And they said, Thy servants are 12 brethren, the sons of one man in the land of Canaan. And behold, the youngest is this day with our father, and one is not yet. Benjamin was the youngest. Okay? No, we're not. I promise you, we're not spies. Okay? Thy servants. This is what they're referring to themselves as they're talking to their brother Joseph. And Joseph said unto them, That is it that I spake unto you, saying, Ye are spies. Hereby ye shall be proved by the life of Pharaoh. Ye shall not go forth hence, except your youngest brother come hither. You ain't going nowhere. You're getting nothing until your youngest brother comes. Send one of you, and let him fetch your brother, and ye shall be kept in prison, that your words may be proved, whether there be any truth in you, or else by the life of Pharaoh. Surely ye are spies. One of y'all go get the youngest one, because I'm telling you, you're spies. Go get the youngest one. And the rest of y'all gone down in that dungeon. In other words, that I was thrown in. At your hands, ultimately. And he put them all together into ward 3 days. And Joseph said unto them the third day, This do and live, for I fear God. If ye be true men, let one of your brethren be bound in the house of your prison. Go ye carry corn for the famine of your houses. But bring your youngest brother unto me, so shall your words be verified, and ye shall not die. And they did so. And they said one to another, We are verily guilty concerning our brother. Yeah, they didn't forget they bullshit. Here come the karma. Here come us reaping what we done sowed. For the shit we did to our brother. In that we saw the anguish of his soul when he besought us, and we would not hear. Therefore is this distress come upon us. That's why this is happening to us. Here come, like I said, here come the karma. Here we, reaping what we done sowed. Here it is. We saw the hurt and the anguish in his eyes. Yet, so what? And Reuben answered them, saying, Spake I not unto you, saying, Do not sin against the child, and you would not hear. Therefore, behold, also his blood is required. Okay, and Reuben said, I told y'all not to do none to him. That's what Reuben is saying. And they knew not that Joseph understood them, for he spake unto them by an interpreter. And he turned himself about from them and wept, and returned to them again, and communed with them, and took them from Simeon, and bound him before their eyes. Then Joseph commanded to fill their sacks with corn, and to restore every man's money into his sack, and to give them provision for the way. And thus he did unto them. Okay. And they laded their asses with the corn, and departed thence. And as one of them opened his sack to give his ass provender in the end, he espied his money, for behold, it was in his sack's mouth. So he even gave them money back. And he said unto his brethren, My money is restored, and lo, it is even in my sack. And their heart failed them, and they were afraid, saying one to another, What is this that God hath done unto us? And they came unto Jacob their father, unto the land of Canaan, and told them all that befell them, saying, The man who is Lord of the land spake roughly to us, and took us for spies of the country. And we said unto him, We are true men, we are no spies. We be 12 brethren, sons of our father. One is not, and the youngest is this day with our father in the land of Canaan. And the man, the Lord of the country, said unto us, Hereby shall I know that ye are true men. Leave one of your brethren here with me, and take food for the famine of your households, and be gone. And bring your youngest brother unto me. Then shall I know that ye are no spies, but that ye are true men. So I will deliver you your brother, and ye shall traffic in the land. Okay? So they one brother stayed behind. Simeon, they bound him. Now y'all go take the corn. Here's your money. Go bring the youngest one. And it came, and it went. And it came to pass, as they emptied their sacks, that behold, every man's bundle of money was in the sack. And when both they and their father saw the bundles of money, they were afraid. And Jacob their father said unto them, Me have ye bereaved of my children. Joseph is not, and Simeon is not, and ye will take Benjamin away. All these things are against me. And Reuben spake unto his father, saying, Slay my 2 sons, if I bring him not to thee. Deliver him into my hand, and I will bring him to thee again. Okay. Slay my sons, if I don't bring back Benjamin. I will bring him back. And he said, My son shall not go down with you, for his brother is dead, and he is left alone. If mischief befall him by the way in which ye go, then shall ye bring down my gray hairs with sorrow to the grave. All right. We will return. Y'all check out kenyattasintuition.com. Get yourself a reading. There are other services on there. Products, jewelry, pendulums, hypnotherapy. Okay. You can contact me at kenyattasintuition@yahoo.com. You all be blessed. Peace.